Thank you. And I want to go now to the Republican Congressman Ken Buck. He is leaving Congress tomorrow. A bittersweet night for you, Congressman. I'm glad to have you with us and that you're choosing to spend just a few minutes of it with me. And, you know, part of why you're leaving is what's happening, I know, within the Republican Party. You see these numbers that Harry broke down. You know them well. The numbers are worse than they have been in more than 15 years when you look at this for the RNC. What does this mean, Congressman, for the Republican Party?
Well, I think you've got to look at a lot of different numbers. One, Donald Trump is leading in the polls in a lot of the swing states. Two, Donald Trump was behind Hillary Clinton significantly in fundraising in 2016. But these numbers are not good. It is clear that the Republican Party needs to gather steam. One of the differences, I think, was that we had 6 or 7 or 8 at one point primary candidates who were siphoning off money from the RNC's efforts and from President Trump's efforts. So I think you'll see a rebound in President Trump's numbers, but they still are very far behind.
Yeah, certainly are. And I know some of those, Nikki Haley, some of her biggest donors actually have now said they're actually going to be donating to Biden. I mean, there is a schism in your party. And in part because of how they perceive Donald Trump within your party and also how they're handling President Biden. You, Congressman Buck, have been critical of your party's rush to impeach Democrats, right? I'm talking about plural, right? Mayorkas, Biden, more than one. There was that oversight committee yesterday in the Biden impeachment hearing. At that time, I mean, they had somebody testifying from prison. There wasn't a smoking gun, and they don't have the votes to go through with it. They simply don't. Your colleague, Tim Burchett, said as much. He was very blunt. He said, we're not going to have the votes. And I don't think we ever did. All right? That's an honest assessment by Congressman Burchett. Is it time, do you think, to end this?
Well, I think the investigation is warranted in terms of looking at what Hunter Biden did. I think that we may want to look at laws that restrict the family members of the president and vice president in terms of outside influences. But yes, I think for the part, this investigation has run its course. It may go for another 4, 6, 8 weeks, but for the most part, I think that the evidence has been uncovered. And the damage has really been done. And the American people need to assess exactly what kind of influence was there. But we need to move on. We need to do a much better job of spending bills. We need to do a much better job of funding Ukraine, for example. There are a lot of major issues that we should be looking at. This is a sideshow, and it should probably end in the next few weeks.
And, you know, when you say it's a sideshow and you're talking about important things, Ukraine, you're talking about avoiding another government shutdown. These are things that matter deeply, existentially to this country. And your focus on them, frankly, is at odds with some of your Republican colleagues. And some of them want you to pay a price for it. I mean, you know, if I was looking at things today, I don't even want to play them all, but, you know, they say you play party politics. They say that you're not upholding the Constitution. And then they've come out just before you are leaving Congress and said they're going to kick you out of the Freedom Caucus, just days before your exit. They're going to kick you out. Done, obviously, just, you know, petulantly to make a point. I have to ask you, Congressman, and I'm sure tonight is a night that you're reflecting on this. What is going to happen to your party with more and more people like you who are willing to say that important substantive things matter are leaving Congress?
Yeah, I don't think it's good. Obviously, the number of people that's leaving has always been scrutinized. I think now you have to look at the quality of people who are leaving, who are frustrated, who can't feel like they're getting things done, and that's an important number also. My friend Mike Gallagher from Wisconsin, what a young, bright, hardworking person who reaches across the aisle, gets great work done, leaving Congress. Those are the people I think that we need to keep in Congress. We need to deal with the important issues, as you've mentioned, the spending, the situation in Ukraine, the border. We need to reach across the aisle. We need to find compromise. We need to move forward. You don't do that with people who are just throwing bombs.
No, you don't. And it is unfortunate, of course, that tonight is your last night. I know we'll be speaking again soon, but thank you so much, Congressman Buck.
Thank you, Erin.